Okay, does this look like home organization goals to you?
What if I told you you're doing home organization wrong? You spend hours arranging, labeling, maybe even buying expensive storage, but a week later you're back to square one. And why, you ask? Because you've been sold a lie about what a home organization really is. You don't need to hire a professional organizer or spend hundreds on containers and bins to always have your home tidy. Sure, stuff can help you in some particular cases, but most of the time it just adds up to the problem. And I'm with you, I hate disorganization as much as you do. But if you continue to buy stuff to fix your stuff problem, you'll be forever spending money on stuff without ever addressing the problem. So, if you want to regain control of your house and life, here are 10 simple steps for your home to always look tidy and organized. All of them are super easy and effective, especially the last one. Alright, let's do this. Tip number 1 is that every item in your home should have a designated place. Think of your home as a cast. Every item is a quirky character with a designated role and context. If your spoon ends up in the bathroom, it's like Freddy Krueger suddenly belongs to the Mean Girls squad. It's strange and wildly out of context. So we need to define a place for all our belongings, and define one that makes sense according to their function. This way you always know where your things are, especially if you live with more people. Next, try to keep surfaces as empty as possible. I'm particularly talking about kitchen counter, bathroom sink, the surfaces in your room, and your work desk. This will not only make cleaning much easier and the room will automatically feel much more put together, but it will drastically reduce your visual clutter. By the way, if you're looking for resources of the things in my apartment, you might get lucky in the description box. And that leads me to my third tip of today, that is, for everyday items, create drop zones, aka the 5-second rule. Drop zones are specific areas in your home very easily accessible, where you just drop or grab your day-to-day belongings and carry on with your life. And this shouldn't take more than 5 seconds. These usually are things like hangers, bowls, open boxes, or sliding drawers. Have a place for your keys so you're not constantly searching for them. Have a hanger in your entryway so you don't put your jacket on top of your bed or sofa once you get home. Have a little container for your dog's poop bags so they are not spread in 30 pockets, and so on. But before you go buy something, first analyze your behavior. For example, I leave my keys on the door. Always. Call me paranoid, but if there is a fire or an earthquake, I want to exit my home as fast as possible. So I'm not gonna buy a key holder because I know I won't use it. The same way that if you already have the habit of storing your shoes in your closet once you get home, then you don't need a shoe rug in the hallway. Don't let other people dictate what you need to buy. Understand what your needs are and then find solutions for your organization problems. Honestly, this next one was a game changer for my mental organization and productivity. Prioritize access. And what does this mean? The amount of effort you put into grabbing something should be directly connected with the frequency you use it. For example, your daily hygiene products should be on those dropout zones. On the other hand, your winter clothes during summer are just in the way of the clothes you actually want to grab. So what I do is I put the clothes that I don't need for that season stored under my bed, and then when the seasons change, I change the clothes back. Another example, in your kitchen, the things that you use daily should be in arm reach. No stretching, no calling for your partner or kids to grab it, no benches, arm reach. On the other hand, a specific gadget that you only use for a specific recipe should be on those higher shelves. If your mugs that you use daily are hard reach, then it's likely that they will be spread around the house or in the counter instead of their designated place. By the way, if you have any tip or trick for keeping your home organized that does not include spending money, let us know down in the comments below. Labels. Okay, confession time. I don't have the time. Correction. I don't have the patience to switch my glass supermarket spices to another glass spice container just because it's more visually pleasing. I wish I was that person, but realistically, I am not. And I bet that 99% of the people online who tell you to buy pretty spice containers are also not. Anyway, I just keep the original packaging, and because they're not as aesthetically pleasing, and at the end of the day, aesthetics is important, I keep them in a sliding drawer in my counter. Which leads us to the most common kitchen organization problem. You have to grab each spice to know what they stand for. And this is really annoying and time consuming. So I just label them and write what they are at the top of the container. This helps me avoid duplicates, spend money on fancy containers, and optimizes my spice scanning time. And because I'm constantly replacing the jars, I'm not investing on fancy labels. But I do use labels for my herbs and certain reusable jars of the things that I actually have time and patience to buy bulk, which tend to be things like seeds, pasta, and teas, for example. Labels are even more useful if they can be personalized. So choose the ones that you can erase and rewrite according to your needs. This way you can also write the expiration date, which is important if you buy bulk or throw away the packaging. Also, I feel like those packages of pre-made labels is just an incentive for you to buy the specific things that are in there. And yeah, again, you don't need others to tell you what to buy. Next, reduce visual clutter. Visual clutter is a big one because it drains us. Humans have this constant need to create peace out of chaos. And if you're constantly doing it, it's exhausting. That's why we would feel much more relaxed here rather than here. And don't get me wrong, I like this one a lot, especially because it has a dog. But I don't feel safe here. I like it, but it screams cuckoo Arctic girl. There's too much decor, too much color, too much inspirational quotes, too many objects, too many plants. It's just too much. I would be very afraid to spend a night here. Less is more. Few but intentional pieces are much more pleasing than just quantity. There was a time that open shelves were a thing, but they're also hard to keep organized because it's so easily to drop random objects there, also to clean. So try to go for closed storage as much as possible. And if you like open shelves like I do, just have a few of them and keep the rest closed. And if you already own a structure that is open, like those IKEA furnitures, invest in a closed storage solution for them. And that leads me to my next sensitive tip: storage. Grouping things together is a great opportunity to be on top of the things you already own. This way you avoid duplicates, expired products, spending money on things you already have, and losing time searching for what you need. Another good thing about storage, when used wisely, is that it limits the space you have available for certain things. If you have a container for makeup, for example, the moment that the makeup doesn't fit there anymore is the moment that you have too much makeup. When you don't have a space limit, things tend to accumulate quickly. While grouping similar items in the same storage space is a great solution for organization, it's also a dangerous concept. When we think of storage, we think of these, or even these. And sure, they look nice, but here's my problem with them. First, they're very expensive. Second, you don't need them. Why? Because they won't solve your problem. Sweeping dust under the rug won't make the dust go away. Storing your clutter into aesthetically pleasing containers won't make the clutter go away. Storage bins are coffins for your clutter. Storage doesn't have to be anything fancy, especially if they're already inside a drawer or a cabinet. Anything you already own is good. I use shoe boxes to organize my electronics, paper rolls to organize my cables, and repurpose random glass food jars around the house for anything that I need. But if you really need to buy a new storage container, go for sustainable options that use natural fabrics like paper, cotton, linen, or wood boxes. And don't forget to always measure first. But then again, organizing will not fix your chaos. The problem is that we have too much stuff. It's true, we just have too much stuff. So what you need to do instead is... Number 8. Declutter. Repeat after me. Clutter attracts more clutter. This one is a hard one to accept. The problem with your messy home is not that you're not good at organizing. The problem is that you're not good at letting go. We tend to be emotionally attached to stuff and often forget that the things that makes us happy and make life worth living are not things at all. It's also a mistake to think that you only need to declutter once and then everything will be perfect forever. Things seem to find a way to get in your home, whether we like it or not. Of course, that the more we are aware of this, the less we need to think about decluttering. But it is only normal to once in a while do a decluttering session. I've been a minimalist for 7 years now and I still do it like once a year at least. If you need some help decluttering and you don't know where to start, I have a lot of videos on this channel that will be a huge help in your decluttering journey. So if you like topics like decluttering, minimalism, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you haven't already, because I create a lot of content that will help you in simplifying your life. I'll also link my favorite decluttering videos in the description below so you know where to start. Next, do a daily 5-minute cleanup, aka the 5-minute rule. If it takes you 5 minutes or less to do it, just do it. Don't let it accumulate. Be consistent in doing small but daily cleanups. Every day before going to bed, I do a little scanning around the house to see if there's something out of place. I also never go to bed with dirty dishes in the sink, so after cooking, I always wash them. It really only takes 5 minutes of our day, and it's so worth it to wake up to a tidy home. Okay, I think Freddy Krueger was not a fan of my previous joke and it looked like it was out here to haunt us. It was getting very dark, so I had to turn on the lights. That's why it looks a little bit different now. But yeah, sorry about that. Let's carry on. And now for the daily struggles of home organization, the closet. I prefer to hang my clothes so they are not wrinkly, and no one deserves to constantly put their clothes back in place because they keep on falling. So I only use velvet hangers. And this is honestly a life-changing hack. You're very welcome. But for certain items like wool, I rather fold them into rolls so they don't take even more space and they don't stretch. And this is how I fold them. Then I just store them like this. The important part here is to keep all of them visible and easily grabbable so we don't lose time searching for lost items in our closet. Problems finding the other pair? Oh no, that's socks. Don't worry, I got you. Here's how I fold mine. And to keep my wardrobe a bit more functional, I organize my clothes by color and by weather. I feel that this is almost a topic itself. So if you want a detailed video on how to organize or maybe even declutter your closet, just leave a comment down below and I will gladly make a video about it. Remember that this isn't about the gram. Organizing is not for showing off, it's for you. Don't try to buy yourself out of a problem because it won't solve it. Every little thing you own owns a bit of you. A bit of your attention, a bit of your finances, a bit of your time. Having less clutter allows you to be more organized in the long run. You will be less stressed about cleaning and organizing, you will have more people over because you're not worried that your home is messy, and you will have more free time to do the things you actually love. Have you heard about the Minimalism Game? If you want a bit of an incentive decluttering, this game might be for you, because it will help you declutter 465 items in 30 days. I have a whole video talking about it, so I will also add it here for you to check it out. If you like this video and you want to support me, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend that might also need some help organizing. As always, until next time, remember to stay kind to yourself and to others, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye everyone!